Oh, okay, cool. Let's see. You didn't catch any of the. Cool. Da-da-da-da. You didn't catch me raging at Trick 2G. All right.
Exactly.
Okay. So, the first thing we gotta do is in the loading screen, like as we're drafting, right? Like I don't know who's in charge of your draft. Um, but like we basically they have a support mid and we have a support mid. The problem is that between Seraphine and Zillion's just gonna have the better wave clear early on. It just Excellence's wave clear just won't be able to build fast enough to clear as fast as Zillion's double bombs will clear, right? Um, so we're basically like mid lane is basically going to be Vixper's like playground. But the issue with that is it's a Zillion and it's hard to gank a Zillion, right? Like he just speeds himself up, slows you down, walks away, vice versa, right? Like let's see, I already viewed the in-game things. So in our lane we've got Galio versus Sivir and a Rel versus Trin, Rel versus Trin, Rel's versus Ezreal. Who drafted first? Which bot lane was finished drafting first?
We drafted first ADC, but we were like, I think, last pick on either.
So what was the idea with the rail pick here, right? Like we picked it into Galio, I'm assuming then. Like why was Rel the go-to for into Galio for
Uh,
laning phase?
I believe it was because we needed like some form of engage and also just kind of something that could hang back with both me and excellence for like peel as well as we get into the later stages of the game.
But Rel's never gonna hang back. Rel's the kit is designed to go in. Like her W literally has her jump forward.
Yeah,
And then Pharaoh's gonna be taking Pharaoh should already be discussing who he's taking into his realm of death, right? It should be Zillion or it should be Kindred or Gnar. Like whoever if Gnar jumps in, to engage, he just eats the Gnar. Takes Gnar into Death Realm and then it becomes basically Gallia's their only front line, right?
right.
So
We did
and
discuss that a little bit. He was gonna be trying to prioritize like for objectives the Kindred, but otherwise taking the Gnar or depending on the situation, Sivir to try and like just take the ADC out of the fight, try and take their damage away.
is yeah, like that so knowing that, like I just don't like I like tank picks, I like tank picks bottom lane, but against it going like I don't think Rel's the answer here. Rel's just too slow, and Galli's just gonna basically taunt Rel every single time. And then Galio's shield isn't worthy of Rel's Q, right? Like if it was Karma shielding or Janna shielding, like Rel's really great against that, right? The counter there. But I don't think Rel's greatest ability there is to peel. I think she's really good to engage, and she's just the tankiest thing in the game currently. And that's just kind of her power, right? She can jump into a team and just sit there in the team. Um, you have to say that that's like I'm not trying to say that the reason y'all lost bottom lane here is because of the rail. I think there's just better picks. I don't know what the pick and ban phase was. I don't know if like everything's off the table. If Ether plays Alistair works great against Galio because anytime Galio tries to go in, Alistair just headbutts. Right? So
Right.
like he starts to charge up, like, and Alistair just headbutts him away. If he starts to taunt, Alistair just headbutts him away. If he, um, if he can also if Alistair gets taunted, he can break it with his ult, right?
Right.
I just feel like for peeling, like Alistair's a little bit better, or I don't know if Leona was banned, but Leona's great at peeling too. Still can kind of go in, but she definitely has more in the kit to peel away from ADCs than that.
Fair.
That's my alarm going. Nautilus is fine too here.
They
But
banned
they
Nautilus. That
they
was
picked a
gonna be our pick, but they banned it, unfortunately.
so they banned all this. So then they went really safe here. So I like arguably Ether could have gotten away with a mage pick here. Um, he didn't have to go tank. He like looking at your team, right? You've got Volibear and Pharaoh here on board. I would have liked to see Excellence play something besides the Seraphine. Seraphine's not a she's not pick and ban anymore, right? Like now that players are starting to learn how to play against her, and then they basically nerfed her, like, and they've got her in a healthy spot, right?
What did they do to
Seraphine's
nerf her? I'm unfamiliar.
the items they nerfed the items that was really good on her. The reason that Seraphine was like really broken, and she still kind of is broken, is Moonstone Renewer, right?
Mm, right.
So if we're taking that as our AP carry, if we're taking that mid lane, then we're basically admitting, right? Like we're just basically admitting damage there. And that like that's the like thing about Seraphine. So her passive would auto trigger. So the little extra stars she gets that she can shoot at people at like a stupid range,
Mm,
that was triggering Moonstone Renewer automatically.
mm,
So her W was triggering it. So when you would auto attack, it would count as her damage and trigger auto. It would trigger Moonstone Renewer. So she actually like is one of the stupidest supports for Moonstone Renewer. She triggers it. Like I said, she ends up triggering it, and it like at 20 minutes you can have 5k healing off of it. It's pretty ridiculous.
damn.
Um, so better Sona always wins. But but yeah, I just don't like it as a mid pick unless we're playing like a carry, like we're funneling a jungle. And
Mm,
if we are funneling a jungle, then there needs to be communication of that. So I don't know if there was, if Vixper and Excellence have been like practicing this, but it like if there is, then basically right, then we've got to be basically playing around the fact that Excellence is going to set up vision. He's going to let himself get pushed in, and then he's just going to basically be able to snare Marbra as Volibear comes around, and that's going to be their go-to.
mm,
But kick off into landing phase here. We'll watch you, and then we'll go through every lane.
nice.
So I mean, so we can look at level ones here. If I don't know, it looks like y'all are trying to do a 5-star, which is fine. This is good. This prevents an invasion, but we can look at level ones and kind of predict, right? Like so, Galio like doesn't have a really strong level one. He can go in, he can knock you up, and then that's it, right?
Right.
They don't have any like really CC that's gonna last. Compared, right? So like if they try to invade, if yep, he took E. So if he takes E and they try to invade, he can literally stop all 5 of them, right? And then their invade just hits the ground. Kindred's not a good invade. Sivir's like mediocre. Her boomerang's really good, but it requires everybody to be in a straight line. And he's only gonna have one bomb, right? Like if he starts anything but bomb, he's fucking himself, like in line.
Right.
And then yeah, boomerang. So Nar just won't be there. So it's not the strongest invade, right? So we don't have to worry about a level one. It's not like the Morgana Q that, you literally die. Or a Blitz Hook or something like that.
Right.
Do. Right, restart. So yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and do 5. That's correct.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Uh, Excellent should kind of be here. The idea being, right? So Vixper can either choose to ward this, or he can choose to be up here, right?
Mm,
So they're both down here trying to prevent basically him from warding. But because he's just kind of mid lane here, and Excellence is up here, it doesn't really matter. They're gonna shove in, so 3-man, but they're just gonna literally get a ward and back out. I don't understand what Vixper's doing here, running into 3 of them. With you not like like look at the gap between everybody. So the whole point of this is because he's basically setting up for Crab. Already, he wants to know where Vixper is going to be at, where he's going to be at on what side of the map, and if he can fight and how low Vixper is going to be to fight for that crab. Because Kindred gets fucked fighting for that crab. That's another thing, right? Like I don't know when they picked Kindred, but
what was their first pick?
if Kindred is the first pick, like that's obviously jungle. At that point, we just really need to pick lanes that we can dominate in. right? So we just need to pick lanes that we can dominate in, so that we can look to basically control crab, right? And the idea being that we want to be able to basically take mid and whatever other lane, so top or bottom, up into jungle, up into that river crab, and fight for that crab. Because the longer we prevent Kindred from stacking, the more useless she is, right?
Right.
Like, so eventually she just reaches a point that she's just ridiculously behind.
It's like 4 stacks to come online because she gets the increased range, or is it 6?
It's 4.
Okay.
Minions have
Yeah,
spawned.
it's 4 or 3. I think they lowered it down. Every 3 marks at first grants a further. Yeah, so it's 4 to come online, and then every 3 after that.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah, it gains 75 attack range. Every 3 marks after that, it gains a further 25. So, watching bottom. Da -ba -da.
Tether the wave.
Yep.
So it would be good too, but unfortunately we didn't really get to do much with the
Yeah. I mean, we see. So we're right here. We need to be calling this out.
Yeah, we
I haven't seen a
did.
single ping. Like,
we definitely did overcombs.
okay. Why? But so why did Vixper start blue? What was the call there?
I
Like,
believe we were worried that they were still in our jungle and we didn't want to mess the. And I think no. Sorry, I take that back.
we watched them walk away.
No. Yeah, I misspoke. We had asked Vixper to start top lane, pat the bot, and then we could gank bot around like 3 minutes. Sorry, that is what actually happened. My bad on the last one. That was a brain fart.
Gank bot around 3 minutes. Like
3
so
10.
in 3 to 10 minutes.
Like no 3:10, like 3 minutes 10 seconds.
Yeah. I mean, it's very wishful thinking. It's just not gonna work out in this scenario. I mean, it's Galio Sivir, and unless they really shove you, so you've already played for level 2 advantage here, which means that you should have tempo in lane, which means they should not be shoving you. Does that make sense?
Fair, yeah.
So we have to look at basically whether or not they're going to be shoving us or we're going to be shoving them. Because they arrived late, he should have just always basically taken this red. That's just my preference on it. And played to mirror the Kindred, because since she started blue, played to mirror the Kindred, and then we looked to collapse with Mordekaiser, Seraphine, right?
Gotcha.
Because our goal isn't, like, particularly here, bottom lane, like, I like to play through bot, but at the same point, this isn't our win con. They're playing us super safe, that even if y'all get ahead, right, like, the only one you could really look to punish is going to be Beard on the Galio. So you're not going to have too much, right? Sever's just going to spell shield everything and walk away.
Yeah.
So unless they're in a bad position, which they shouldn't be, we just, right, like, we just shouldn't be there. So he cleared blue to red. He's taking that now. He's going blue to Gromp. Now he's late on the rotation.
We end up pinching out of the red. We understand that since Kindred's at our red, then it's gonna instead be a vertical jungle, so he tries to go for their red. I think right now he's getting spotted on a ward.
Yeah.
They pinch him out.
Yeah. So yeah, he gets spotted on a ward. That's gonna let Kindred know that she's safe, so she can take Raptors at this point. Whether or not he takes Raptors is completely different. There's no chance that, like, Kindred makes it in time to stop him from taking red, I don't feel. Like, this right here, this needs to be communicated that they're rotating already.
Yeah.
So he leaves, okay.
Yeah, he leaves because we know that they're coming.
Yeah. I mean, we just didn't have a lot of pressure, right? Like, they were always going to collapse on that, especially with the ward.
Fair.
Unfortunately, there's just nothing to be done there. Good on him for leaving, but now he's down a buff.
Right.
So.
Which is definitely rough.
Well, it's not where you want to be as a Volibear jungle against a, right? Like in a 1v1 scenario, Volibear should beat Kindred early on, right? In that 1v1 scenario, so if we know that, and we know we have the stronger jungle early, we look to duel the Kindred, right, at Crab. So that should have been our pathing.
Gotcha.
Basically, we planned for the first mark, which would always gonna be Scuttle.
It's like guaranteed it's Scuttle, right?
Yeah, it's always guaranteed Scuttle. First spawn is Scuttle.
There's no way to know what side it's going to be until it's there, right?
No, it's typically on whichever side she doesn't start on. So top, right? She started blue side, so it should be top here. So we're sitting here. We're being shoved in the lane. We're playing for the 3 minute, 10 second mark, which would have worked out, but he got invaded and now he's nowhere in position.
Right.
Fucking KFC chicken. Buckets. It's funny. That's what I'm talking about, right? So he wins this duel, right?
Right.
Which is, yeah. And then yeah, they're. So unintentionally, he played this correctly. Pharaoh being Pharaoh, aggressive, but it pays off.
That long-awaited red buff. Let's go.
Yeah. So we're still winning here against that. Alright, so he takes backs, yep. So y'all pause there, fix for computer issues.
Yeah. That's why I like stopped moving for a second because I was on pause. And I accidentally unpaused without checking with him. Because I just heard from the team, they're like, alright, we're good. And I was like, alright. And I just unpaused it. I was like, whoa, my bad. Like, I realized that the second I did it, I was like, I hope they're ready. If not, then I feel terrible.
It looks like they're ready. See how they collapsed here to help guarantee Scuttle? Fine. Good vision from him protecting that. How did that even get started? Not sure. This is not... This is a very risky dragon. Teleport coming in. Yeah, this is y'all's fight to win. And now we're chasing. Yeah, I mean,
instead of taking this back. But I had a lot of money from that fight, and I was just like thinking I should go spend.
I mean, it depends. They're always gonna come down here, and they just backed, right? So they're up items.
Right.
If you're rocking teleport on Ezreal, this back's not a problem. He is right. That they're gonna come back and they're going to shove,
Right.
and you're just not gonna be able to back. Aether's also in a really bad spot here. He's got to get out of here, and he's gonna get slowed by those. So the health he's healing here is going to end up being negated by Sivir in like 3 seconds. Yeah. Pharaoh ran over here to start pushing this lane when this fight still wasn't over. So if we just want to slow this down, he walks away because he's low, and that's it, right? We just literally walk away, and let Yotis, right? Like these three are low, they shouldn't be re-engaging here, and it's simple. I say this because tactic's still full, and Galio can easily re-engage, right? And at this point, you're just too low. Ether should be the one attacking this, but he's already used everything to help you. So this should have just been called to leave, but now, right, Vixper dies here, and now we're just in a really bad spot. And then he flashes over that wall, I don't feel like that was exactly needed, but he could have flashed backwards, but it's fine either way. So, yeah. So yeah, we're gonna end up. So, yeah, all the health is basically negated. Fine. You're gonna be here. Yeah, it's just Sivir. She's just gonna shove. That's just the power of Sivir. And we're still not doing bad. So we're still not losing yet. I mean, at this point, we just back out. We don't force this. He just doesn't have the damage. Like, why is he still here forcing? Okay, good engage, but this is exactly what I meant by the bot lane, right? That they just get away with it every time. So, right, spell shield, and then flash. That's it. As soon as she flashes away, we just walk away. To keep going in is inviting Galio to just basically do exactly this, right? Because, yeah. So, he's not tanky yet. He doesn't have the right items, like, and you're just not in a position to help. If you were there, that completely goes different, right? So, maybe if you hadn't back there, you'd be there for that gank. But he should have also realized that it was just him and Ether, and Rel has no damage. Rel has CC and engage and brings nothing else. Rel does literally, like, I think 100 damage at max level with her abilities. Like, it's ridiculously small. So that just needs to be communicated. That's Vixper tunnel vision, which just needs to, you know, he's like a, if I had to compare him to an animal, he's like a shark, right? He smells blood and he just decides to go. And it's like, no, we can't always do that. Sometimes we're the food, you know?
Sometimes Galio's the food.
So yeah, he's doing a good job here. He's pinging that. We also need to be calling out who's marked, by the way.
I have to guess the stage in the game. I think it's tough.
We would like to just shove. This basically sucks for you because this is going to put them way more experience than you. It's good that you got solo experience there, but Ether needs to be basically, like, I don't know what he's doing here, roaming crazy like this. It's going to cost him experience in lane, which I already did, right? Because when we shoved them out of lane and they backed, he could have stayed and helped you push a little bit faster and basically shoved on our tower, and then you could have backed again with him. And I think we'd be in a better spot here. Instead, he backs. You get solo experience, which isn't bad per se. Where is it? I mean, this just sucks for you because, right? Like, you're never gonna push very fast. So, at this point, you need to be deciding to push. So, because we know that she backed. If we're already slow pushing up, we just need to shove at this point. Try and get everything under tower faster because we just know Sivir's going to be coming back, right? So by delaying this, you're basically inviting Sivir more time to get to lane and catch everything. Make sense?
Yeah, I follow.
So you're literally just giving them more time to catch the wave at their tower. We just need to be shoving. So you need to be autoing, queuing, doing everything in our power here to shove. If that, because we're already slow pushing. So we already know that we're going to end up. I think he realized it right about here.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure that the video was like 2 weeks put together instead of just one.
Which is great for pressuring towers. If we're going to tower dive or pressuring towers like that, that's great for early backs. But at this point, right, when she backed, now she's here for this entire wave, right? And she got it in an okay position. So now she's here to shove, and we backed. And Silver's just gonna shove this, and Ether is top now. I don't know if this was like communicated out or like what's going on here, like because he's safely under tower, right? Like this is a very interesting dive if this is what they're gonna go for. Yeah, that dive was never going to happen.
And so I get shortly after this.
Yeah, I mean they saw Ether top. He doesn't need to be roaming top lane like that. It's just a bad roam. He wasted basically. So he goes back what around 7 minutes. Yeah, he wasted an entire minute. Like he just needs to be coming back to lane. There's nothing up here. Like maybe he's trying to set up for Herald ahead for your team, but it's like we need Herald to be up if we're gonna do it or if we're gonna make this roam. Right? Like we need to be actively contesting it. The issue is that now we're just sitting here. So we've shoved late. He's roaming and it's gonna accomplish nothing. So at this point we're just putting ourselves behind. So we're losing to ourselves by trying to make plays. By trying to make plays, we're just losing to ourselves. Like Pharaoh has not set this up. This would be a good roam if Pharaoh is here. If Pharaoh is pushed in, this is a good roam, right? Ether comes in, CC's the Gnar, who just lost Mega, and then Pharaoh's able to kind of punish him. And then when Yodis tries to get out, he just ults Yodis and finishes him off in the death realm. At this point, I would be looking mid more for a gank, coming around and looking to basically dive Marbra. Still probably don't get a kill because it's a Zillion matchup. So yeah, we're just wasting time, and then we've already said that we're about to get dove here. Yeah, no wards. I mean, our support isn't down here. We have no wards. The only thing you can really do is look to ward. I don't know if you're sitting on a ward here. You are sitting on a ward, but I mean at that point, right? Like, my natural reaction would be to try and clear this out too, which is fine. Yeah, right about here. This is just a really bad spot for you, and he just unlucky. That's kind of the price of playing up a bad. Oh well. That dive doesn't happen if Ether's there. Now they've got plates and they've got experience over us, and now they've got CS lead on top of. We're just losing a ton for a roam that should have never happened. Did he communicate that he was roaming there, or?
I believe so. I was not anticipating the dive, to be honest, which I should have, because I'm pretty sure we knew Kindred was still bot side. I didn't know she was bot, but we knew she was like bot side.
I think it was Leon more. I think y'all are just not under. You're underestimating Leon's, right? Leon there. Yeah, he's communicating that we should dive. And it was just really well played out. We literally just got finished getting dived. Dove, right? We literally just got finished getting dove, and Ether's already left us again, and he's still only level 5. We're just literally hurting ourselves. We're deciding that shooting ourselves in the foot is a great idea, and it's just not. He needs to hit 6. Both your bottom laners here are 6. You've died enough that your solo lane experience isn't there. Like they could dive you again here, and Galio's just always gonna match this roam, if it's seen, which it is. Right? He's just always gonna match this and be able to get there. It doesn't matter. He can stand here and alt mid lane.
Yeah, I
like
called
so.
The second he started to leave, because like I was like, oh, he's leaving, like he can just ult. definitely has it.
Yeah. We don't chase that, yeah. So yeah, you can't follow, Galio ult, Aether's stuck now. Yeah. And they just collapse and pick up the kill. Unlucky. Now they're collapsing. They've got wards everywhere in your jungle. And he didn't reset. Now we know we're getting dive again, by the way. Right, they've already dove us at level 5. What's going to stop them at 6? Oh, they didn't dive us. Okay. Taking dragon. We just need to, at this point, we just need to basically stay in our lane, buckle down, and just farm, right? Like, he needs to hit 6 before he leaves again. That should have been happening. That should have been happening pre-level 6.
Dive?
Yeah. Not the dive. Just the ganking mid lane. I think that's the first time that... First or second time that Vixper has ganked mid lane like that. But it's, like I said, it's just too late, right? Because Zillion's level 6 and he can just do this. So... Vixper is trying to force things, as is Aether. He's also not paying attention to his jungle. He knows that it's warded, and he just keeps walking by all the pink wards. Yeah, you need to be basically like calling out what you need from Aether here, right? If it's a bad roam, you need to tell Aether to stay with you. Re-engage. We literally just take what we have and then we walk away. We gotta assume that they're not stupid enough to re-engage. Do you see these wards, by the way?
Yeah, it's dodging the pink ward while still giving really good vision.
Yes. So when he walked up, he realized he was in danger, so he put a ward here. That ward lets him see, basically around your pink ward, so he can make plays that way. This ward he put from over here, on in lane, and this ward he put basically over the wall. Just FYI if you're playing red lane, red side. But look, just look at the amount of vision that they have here. Comparatively, right? Like this has been here almost all game. There was one here that they finally moved. So Pharaoh's now starting to lose a little bit top lane. Losing a lot of momentum. Yep, we gotta take out the marks that Kindred doesn't. If he's marked like this, yeah, he is marked. Very patient, yeah. As soon as he engages, he just needs, yeah. He doesn't win this. He doesn't win this 2v. Or this 2v1. Bear just didn't need to fight that. He's letting himself get baited in and just fighting on their tempo.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Just can't engage. Yeah, we're just too far behind at this point, behind the Sivir. Lost top lane. The only time Pharaoh needs to be choosing fights is when his ult's up, by the way. And it's solely for the reason that he thinks he can beat Yotus and Leon in a 1v1. Maybe he can, maybe he can't. I don't know. I've been paying attention all game to this lane. But regardless, it prevents that gank that you saw earlier. He could just take one in Death Realm, right? So Kindred steps out and he just instantly ults one. And then fights them. But Gnar, it really, like, him beating Gnar depends on Gnar's passive. Yeah. That was a bad jump by Yotus's part. And he just instantly ults. That's... Now Gnar's gonna... Yep. Yep. See, and then Gnar lives. That fight didn't need to happen. He could just be taking out this ward. Like he doesn't need. He's not in a position that this vision matters much to him. He just clears this wave and walks away. Y'all already know where Kindred is, so it just doesn't matter. So we know the dragon's coming up. We're playing around dragon. Dragon is kind of our win con. You're just taking a crap ton of damage from minions. Are we giving or are we taking? Looks like we're gonna fight. Okay. So we're looking to engage. Then Rel needs to be the first one in. There we go. We pulled the trigger. Both there. Unfortunately. I mean, they're just... Yotus cleaned up top and then was able to teleport bottom. And then yeah, they have Zillion Kindred. So either we burst Kindred or we're not gonna get that kill. It's just unlucky. We're not playing macro on the long run. We're not talking about objectives ahead of time. So look at the team here. Right? So blah blah blah. Right? We're talking about it. We're trying to set up for it, which is fine. But they set up the correct way, right? So y'all are trying to get vision, which is fine. If we're getting vision, we need to have both of our lanes shoved already, right? Like basically, if we're getting vision like this, then we need to basically be the ones that are in this position, right, where we can rotate from our lane. Instead, we're getting vision, and both of our lanes can't rotate to help us because they're gonna miss CS. So this is just it's correct vision play. It's not correct in the sense of the enemy team is just in a better position. Zillion's gonna come down here and stun one of them. The bot lane's already roaming up, and Kindred just is gonna survive, right? Like even if Ether jumps in on him right now, Kindred just presses R and both sides collapse.
Right.
So the macro play is there, but we're just not choosing the right macro play. Like right about here, we should be going. Okay, we need to shove our lanes, right? We need to shove our lanes because Dragon's coming up. Like instead we go, okay, we need vision, which is fine, but again, what good is vision? What good is now? This just spawned, but like, are you gonna tell me that Volibear and Rel can solo that while under pressure of Kindred and the bottom lane? They should have honestly just collapsed here. This is more on them. They have the vision. They could have easily collapsed here. Pharaoh, right? Yodis is here to take it. Like if Pharaoh starts his teleport, it doesn't matter because Yodis is here. Yodis will just literally almost kill Pharaoh before he teleports, and Pharaoh's useless at that point. So, yeah, we're just in a very bad spot. Marbra didn't have to stop to get this ward, and then yeah. So, unfortunately, bot didn't collapse there. So your two teammates here, Vixper and Ether, are able to get out. Now we're in a bad spot, right? Because you're still shoving, and you're already at half health due to the minions, but you're still shoving, which is, and they're looking to start this. At this point, we're just not in a good position to pull the trigger. I mean, you're still not even here to poke, as they're gonna start getting poked down. Now you're finally here. If you're looking alt and steal this, then like, it's the vision. Like if you're, we see all of them here, right? We know that he's fighting top, which, whatever, we'll cover that later. I already covered that fight. So you ult that. I don't think that's the right answer. You ulted that way too early. It was at 2k HP. Just leave it for Vixper to smite, to try and smite still. Leon literally calls for this turn, right? He's like, okay, let's just back out. We're gonna turn here, which is the correct call. And you'll see why in a second. Because boom. Now your team's tanking Dragon. And they could just re-engage. Maybe we look for the Seraphine. Excellence here could easily, with basically he should be rotating down here, which is correct. Right? It's fine. We should look for Volibear here. He has ult. We should just let Volibear jump in and try and steal it with smite with his ult. Put ult in there. Seraphine needs to just ult here. The idea being that you're gonna hit so many people, right? He doesn't need to get in range. The ult will extend the range, right?
Right.
So as he comes around this corner, right? He could just use them. He turns around here, which is bad. He should have just been grouping up with them. But oh well, it's just a waste of a second. But I'm just being nitpicky at that point. It's like coming around. You have no way of, like, yeah. We already covered that. Not the greatest ult. Right here, ult. Just ult. They're all lined up. I mean, it's a split-second decision, but you have your allies in front of you. That range literally will go to fucking here. Right? That's the greatest thing about Seraphine. Like, this is the problem with when we said it's a better Sona. Sona's ult is literally from you to Vixper. Right? Seraphine's ult, because it hits someone, literally goes, okay, I'm going to travel the entire way to Baron. Like, it just doesn't matter. The fucking range is stupid, and this right here, he just needs to throw it. Instead, he just keeps walking forward. They're now out of the way, which is fine, whatever. He's now thinking about it, and he tries to set it up. He gets a good ult, but at that point, it's just too late, right? They've already dealt with one of you, and then unfortunately, Leon gets his ult up when he has literally 1 HP, which is unlucky. You just need to be stepping up. Unfortunately, it's a Dragon here. It's hitting you, but yeah. We just lost there.
Indicated that Nora had like 5 HP, otherwise I would have actually like stood to it. But I saw
Yeah.
the TP coming in and I was just Dragon on top of that.
No, Pharaoh's probably yelling something like, "Oh, come on, man, that fucking sucked," or "That's bullshit," something like that. I'm sure he's yelling something like that because he lost the fight. Which, very unfortunate. Yeah, we always get dove here. Correct play to walk away. Unfortunately, at this point, I think Leon has like 5 stacks, or just about. Yeah, 5. So he's going to be a menace to deal with at this point. He's not like all our early game was just negated by our choices. It sucks, but I mean, we kind of did it to ourselves. Now Ether wants to be here? Okay. Ether could be roaming. I mean, it could be roaming and looking to basically, like, right, help. Basically, him and Vixper should be just roaming around, ganking lanes. Right about now. And putting wards out. Fortunately, they were quicker. They literally just backed and ran straight to Herald. Ether is doing that now. I mean, there's just not a lot more we're gonna learn from this game. Your team's gonna coin flip. Start coin flipping. Are you communicating that you're pushing or freezing here?
I can freeze just so I can because I don't want to fight at this point. I'm just trying to get as much as I can before we get into the final fights, because even though we're only at 18 minutes, that's coming up fairly soon. I knew that, and so did they.
Looks like we have a really good fight here. We'll see. So we're farming, which is fine. Seraphine has wave clear. What did he build? Right, so he went Moonstone Renewer. Yeah, okay. Unlucky. We just basically turned our mid lane into a support lane, which means that we just have no pressure mid lane. Always. I just don't feel like Seraphine's the best mid lane choice anymore. I would have liked to see a stronger mid pick in this matchup, but it is what it is. It's not the reason y'all lost. This needs to be communicated. Right, like So we just basically have to assume that our jungle is never safe now for your team. Right, so like he's putting wards down here, but like this is too late, right? Like if they're here, like with this wave here, like it just doesn't matter. There's no objectives down south, and right, and then this basically they're playing for Baron, which is correct. You don't need to be here anymore. You don't need to be matching this. It needs to be someone. Needs to be someone with teleport, right? Because at this point, if they start Baron, you have to run all the way up here.
Right.
So, especially since you just lost your jungle, and they're rocking a Gnar, Kindred, and a Sivir. But yeah, they're looking to get vision. Another mark here. We just really need to ward and basically ward our entrances here to the jungle. So this needs to be warded. This needs to be warded. Like we shouldn't be warding bot side. We should be warding top side. Do you have a blue trinket yet? Yes, I think you did swap out for blue. Good job on Turo, taking him out of his ult into the death realm. So we're communicating about Dragon here. Fixer shouldn't be getting red. You should be the one getting red. Good setup for Dragon by your team. We just need to back out as a team. Up there. We just don't have any. We ulted Kindred earlier, so we don't have any ults to follow up. Unfortunate. We see them rotating here. We should be calling out Baron. You should be trying to get your ult or looking to poke this out. It's very risky. So I'm guessing it was just said give.
Yeah.
Not a bad decision there, just kind of cut your losses. Good job on him taking up this mark. We can build Triforce and King Tank. Okay. Why did Pharaoh play the Mordekaiser?
Blind top lane.
Blind top lane? I mean, we know he literally just plays Ornn, Malphite, or Malphite Gnar, right? Like he's kind of a one trick up here. He doesn't have a deep champion pool.
For King Yoda's, yeah. We expected the Ornn, I think we banned the Ornn this game. They end up picking it in game 2. So, 3 levels down on our top right now. Unlucky. So, 3 levels down on our top lane right now.
I mean, that's just the solo lane experience. They're doing 1-3-1, which is the correct call from them. Honestly, I'd probably call for a 1-2. Have Kindred kind of flex. It's simply because it prevents this right here. Yeah, he's just gonna always ult. Unfortunate. We have to. I phrase this. Excellence here needs to be willing to basically throw out his ult before Kindred ults. Like as soon as that happens, he should be ulting and then just chaining CC. It sucks that he had flash to kind of put that distance in, but and he lives because of it. I mean, look, his Lillian ult was on him anyways. If you're gonna collapse on a Kindred like that, you just need a CC until they're dead.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
so you can't reactively ult with your ult. Like I said, his ults, every time he's ulted, he's just buying time for his team to collapse. Yeah, and Pharaoh can't stop the Gnar at this point. He's 2 levels down. At this point, we kind of have to hope they throw. Catch waves and just kind of hope they don't do anything for 5 minutes. Yeah. Okay, you hooked up with your other support. That's good. I don't agree with that smite, but that's, yeah, okay, it doesn't matter, he has another charge up. I think Ether builds, but he's just getting chunked. Lock hit. Okay, he's just behind really bad on gold. I mean, that's just fixed by early game, not wasting 5 minutes roaming here, right? Like, he got no experience, no money, no nothing from doing this. It literally was like an entire minute before he backed, and he ran bottom again. Like, which is another 30 seconds to 45 seconds of wasted time. But, I mean, that you paid the price for more than him. That's a good old... That's the Wombo combo. Good job on the Gnar, picking up the Gnar there. Yellow, Gnar. That was a stupid flash on the Gnar's part. He just never gets out there. That was a really good fight for y'all. They grouped up, Rel went in, ulted, grouped him up. Excellence ulted before Kindred could ult. Just nice wombo combo. Your ult cleaned him up too. But we can't expect every fight to go that way. It should go that way if we're you know, and if our comp is playing correctly, it should go that way, but it just... I think that's the one team fight I'm going to assume that it actually happens that way. Put it up. We need, basically, when that fight happens, we need to be looking at why that fight was successful, right? And asking ourselves, how do we emulate that fight every fight from this point on in the game? Right? Like, I'm sure comms kind of, y'all won that fight, and comms basically turned around, right? Went from gloom and doom to, like, maybe we can win this, maybe we have a chance. And like, in that, we need to just basically, like, call out what we did right, and then look to redo it, right? If we put it at our forefront of our mind, like, what did we did right? Well, Vixper jumped in, tanked. He's been building tank. He jumped in, tanked, and the team was close enough that they could follow, right? So Ether was able to get in, ult, grab everybody, followed by your ult and Seraphine's ult, which basically wipes out the 300 health Kindred, right? Because Kindred doesn't have a lot of health.
Right.
1500 at level 14 is fucking ridiculously small, right? Like, I don't think anybody on their team was able to ult and save themselves, like Zillion or Leon there. Forward. We know they're setting up for a Baron, so we need to like, this is where I was talking about, right? We're talking about like what went right. We need to basically be calling what went right. We have no vision on it. That sucks. You can see this, by the way, in the Fog of War.
Right.
FYI. Okay, so in case you ever wondered, you can always see teleports like that. So yeah, your ult comes in. Just FYI, a little cheater note. If someone was looking at that, they can easily call that out. You can always see the teleport animation even in Fog of War. Yay, spaghetti code. Let's slow this down. Right? So again, we've divided ourselves here, right? We have to ask ourselves, why are we divided? Pharaoh's in a bad spot. Ether's in a really bad spot. Like, your entire lane here is just open. If Beard or Yodis wanted to come in, it would just be inviting disaster.
Yeah. Definitely get poked out over there here and then heal back up, which is hard.
He's shoving this. He needs to be here, right? Like you get poked out. We just need to be talking about which avenue we're going down. If they're dancing here with us, then we need to be up here, or we just need to find a way to basically be in river, right? Because the way we won was we fought in river, right? I mean, they're just not gonna do it. Now they're divided, which is fine, but you two are out of position. That's a good ult, but fortunately Kindred ulted. He just needs to ult the Kindred. Instead, Pharaoh needs to ult the Kindred there. Right? And the idea being, like, is that if they're collapsing, if they're trying to make a pick here, he needs to take her out of that front. As soon as that happens, he just needs to ult her. Because the enemy team is like, right, is always going to collapse before you, just because of position-wise.
Right.
So if he ults that, the only one caught out there is Bolivar, and he's on a Kindred ult, right? So now they're having to turn around and fight from a really bad position because Galio just already ulted the Leon. So instead, I think he's gonna turn around to try and ult, but he's gonna die, right? He's just too low at this point. Yeah, he still hasn't ulted. We're now stunned. Sad. You guys, this is... We're coin flipping. Pharaoh ulted the Galio. Oh, unfortunate. Yep. We E forward here. We E forward. We believe in ourselves. We E forward. We flash. We heal. We do everything in our power. We could have gotten the Gnar there, by the way, if we just E forward.
There, I tried to ult me until I was like certain of it. And as early as
We
I
just
did,
E.
it
We
was
just
like,
E right here.
so I did.
Oh god. We remember we can go over walls. Either way, it's fine. We just look to push this. They can't defend it now at this point. 1 Q from you, like, practically obliterates them. So yeah. I mean, yeah, okay. Now we back and reset, right?
Yeah.
We coin flipped. So we know that they're dancing around Baron. Pharaoh has teleport. He's calling it. This needs to be communicated. Alright, they're off of it. Good poke. Pharaoh teleported, right? Unlucky. That's really bad for us. They got him off Baron though. Now we're dancing around Soul. Good poke. We can ult that. A little late to ult. Fine, we got Soul. Good ult. Down. So we ignored the Gnar there, and we positioned ourselves to a wall, which is going to cost us our life. Unfortunately.
That's helps the Gnar. I just take a
Right,
too much damage.
You're dead, yeah. 1 Q. Unfortunate that we didn't. That's fine because they're just gonna get Baron again, right? They should shove here, but they won't. They should literally be running bottom to shove. Oh well. I mean, let's go back and look at that fight. Like, everything went right. And slow down. So we're fine. We're gonna get Dragon. A little late on the ult, whatever. They've decided they're coming around, that's fine. So Ether goes in, which is fine. Good ult there. Nice. I mean, Pharaoh just needs to ult, at this point, Pharaoh just needs to ult Yotus. Before he transforms. Pharaoh needs to stop focusing Beard and be looking for his target. If he ults Yotus here, and Yotus transforms, this fight goes completely different. The sole reason being is that basically one Zill just ulted Leon, but then you don't get fucked here because of positioning. Like, you need to be staying away from every wall, and yeah, no, just jumps on your face, and then he ults just a second too late. And unfortunately, that's all it takes.
Yeah, I didn't see that. Luckily, like, at least not a lot of this thing. I remember seeing that in my life flash from my eyes when I saw Nar charging a boat like this, and then he just got pulled away, and I was like, oh my god, I'm alive.
Yeah, I mean, he, like, Pharaoh shouldn't be playing for kills, right? Like, and I mean that in the nicest way possible, but like, he should be, every fight at this point, he should be going, where's Kindred, where's Gnar? One of those two need to be pulled into his death room immediately. And in that case, it should have been Gnar. The sole reason is because the bar, right? If Gnar's not there to ult you and a couple others into the wall there, then we just live and win. Game's still not over though, we have a permanent buff. We just catch waves. We're almost full build. So they're all mid, they're all shoving, that's fine. We just look at folks here. Who's calling to pull the trigger here?
Pharaoh wants to pull the trigger at this point, but...
Then he needs to ult forward. He needs to ult forward and ult Kindred here. No. Unfortunately, Kindred just got out. Get a taunt. Yeah. Unlucky. Good dodge. Back out. There's nothing we can do to help him. We just leave. So two things. Pharaoh's calling to pull that trigger, right? So two things. He should be looking for the Gnar at this point. The only time he ults the Kindred is if the Kindred ults herself to pull it out. And just kill her, because he's not gonna win that 1v1, right? Like, at that point, Kindred's just too powerful, and can just ult through his ult if he ults. So here, he's just panic ulting. I feel, I don't know. It's a bad ult. It ends up being a bad ult, but it's like at that point in the game, like, and it's simply because y'all had caught out, right? Kindred. So yeah, if he didn't need to ult the Kindred there. So yeah, Nar's Mega Nar is down, which is good. That didn't need to happen. We had already CC'd. We'd already CC'd Leon with the ult. So he actually saved Leon here, which is very unfortunate. Then he dies. Barely living. Unlucky that fight. We coin flipped the fight there. It didn't go our way. It sucks, but Pharaoh had good intentions, but he just ends up saving the Kindred. Because I think he had already had abilities on its way too. Oh, Pharaoh leaves and reconnects. We didn't pause.
Asked if I were ready, and I was like, sorry, ask me the first one.
And our Wincon is just basically catching someone out here. Like, look at the amount of vision they have outside our base, and look, right? Like, we have no vision. We could be hitting minions. Yeah, and then someone has to answer that, right? As they shove. So at this point, right, we're just looking for Naruto. Go Mega Nar, so we need to be playing back here. Unfortunately, Excellence walks back. We just need to play around Mega Nar, right? So after he goes on Mega, then we can engage. Then Vixper can ult in, because there's like a 5 seconds before he can even start getting rage again.
Right.
So now we just let it burn out. We secured that. So we need to be positioning ourselves right about now, right? Like, we let them back out, which is just bad.
Yeah, and we know Dragon's up. We don't want them to go there uncontested, so we start to move forward.
So this is still an okay fight. Again, he ults. It's just really bad for us because he ults the Kindred. Like, he's never going to kill the Kindred there. At this point in the game, like, yeah, we're missing every ability. And he goes Mega, good dodge, but we just don't. Pharaoh lives. He needs to be eating the Gnar who went tank, so that you guys can. Yeah. Burns. Yeah. Scorch got you, I think.
I think I
Oh. Yeah, I think the better choice there is the Gnar. That game. Ult the Kindred if she ults, but yeah, not taking the Gnar out would have been a little better. Oh well, that's just 20/20 hindsight at that point. But we definitely could have cleaned up our roams very early, like very early. Is that game? This should be game 2. I like the more aggressive pick here. I think the Corki game 1 would have been way better pick into Zillion.
Fair.
just because again, like right, y'all just didn't have anything to follow up with. Y'all were lacking damage, right? Mordekaiser would ult a Kindred, but then we just hadn't. You were the only other source of damage to really try and eat through everything.
Mm.
Why the York pick? Like what happened? Walk me through draft phase for y'all.
So let me actually pull it up really quick so I can see all the picks and then do that.
I just finished eating dinner. I've got
Okay,
input.
so we ban Nar Kindred Silas, they ban Caitlyn, Darius, and Seraphine.
Yeah, wait, you
They
banned who?
Nar
Nar
Kindred Silas.
Kindred wasn't the issue,
They ban Caitlyn,
and Silas.
Darius,
Why?
Seraphine.
Why the Silas pick? I just okay. Okay.
They first round, I believe they first round top and jungle. Our first pick is Jin, because it's open and Caitlyn's down and I want to play a more aggressive lane this time. I'm pretty sure I'm first pick this game. It might have been second round. If it was second round, that means that we took Hackerim first to take it away from them. I think the Hackerim was second round for us because they picked Ornn and Udyr, and we picked Hackerim and I believe it picked.
They had to have first picked Udyr.
Yeah, they do it. They're red team this time, so right, or they're blue team.
Their blue team.
Oh, okay, so yeah, they first pick Udyr. We take Jin and Hackerim. They take Ornn and I believe Yumi at that point, and we take, I think Golden Fair was round 3, because we take Excellence and Ether as the last picks on our side.
Welcome to Summoner
Unfortunately, we left Yumi up.
Yeah.
That's Beard's strongest support, and we're just not respecting that. Barbara, we left Yodis's Ornn up. Like, I don't know about that draft phase for Infernal Trigger there. I think we reactionary went, we lost, and then we didn't realize how close that game actually was, and we went, well, we have to ban this now, right? Like, it wasn't like any one pick really carried that game. So instead of sticking to bans of why that game was close, you guys instead just basically banned out what you felt beat y'all last game, and it just we let emotions draft for us, and then now we're gonna pay the consequences game 2. We're now he's on a way more comfortable pick than his Gnar. He's on a really good jungle that we left open, right? That he plays. And then yeah, we left the support open. I think Tactic is actually an Ashe main too on top of that.
I believe Vixpro was confident in playing against the Udyr because of the nerfs that recently happened to both Chemtank and Udyr directly.
He has to know this is right. Like, there's communication. Like, he saw Marbra in that bush.
Yeah, I believe so.
Right. So he's just gonna sit here and. Nope. He didn't.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he dies for this.
Of course he does. Of course. Of course. Good choice to stay. We went bottom lane, right? Bottom lane, we got literally we got a kill.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we just run bottom lane at this point, right? Like no chance to we lose. By the way, um, Jhin, Braum, probably not the best combo.
Yeah, I was asking to have Leona bot, but we picked Braum because of like being able to block Yumi ult, Ashe ult, and Ornn ult. That was like the thought process, but I had originally asked either if he could play Leona bot, so, cause after the first game I was really just trying to play something that was like aggro, like win through bot lane, make our own leads type thing.
Yeah, I mean that would be the idea. I don't know about the yeah, I mean I guess, but we're giving up bottom lane pressure. Like it's a good idea there. I don't know if it blocks the Yumi ult completely. Um, it does block the Ornn ult, does block Ashe ult, and so forth, but it just doesn't matter, right? Like if we put bottom lane behind Yumi Ashe ult don't matter, right?
Right.
And yeah, I think Leona would have been a little better choice here. Fortunate that she hits it.
Either said that at like in the moment, it was just we were also running out of time, so
Yeah, I just again you're limited to 4 shots, and Jin needs four hits to stun, right? So like,
right.
good. Do.
This is but a fragment of infinity.
We're looking to play for level 2 here.
Yeah, I'm a little.
You need to be spending your 4th shot, basically walking up and poking them down early on.
A little off of my level timing because of us being in jungle for so long.
Yeah, so like here you should be looking to 4th shot them. 4th shot every time. Like you don't have to worry about that minion there. You should be walking up because they're like because they're playing so far back here. Your level 2 isn't gonna matter. Rushing to level 2 only saves you from a gank, which isn't coming because you guys basically forced Udyr right to start elsewhere. You took the red, so it would really surprise me if Udyr came here for an early gank. So you should just be basically focusing on pushing him out early.
I have the best aim in the
Here.
spirit realm.
Boom, boom. So this 4th shot just needs to be, basically on them. So we should, yep, there, and then we should be on this side. We should be basically hitting them with that 4th shot. That one, because now that 4th shot would have probably knocked him down to 250, right? And then we just 4th shot again. Now they're back at 250 instead of heal. So I mean, this is another problem with the Braum into Yumi. He doesn't have a way to stop Yumi from going right away, so it's going to be delayed, right? Yumi's always going to hop on Ashe. So running out to hit the Yumi once, just yeah, it's going to cost him way too much health. Yeah. So there's your level 2. Fortunately, yeah. Unlucky. Now our wave's in a really bad spot, which we should just be last hitting here, waiting for another wave to come up so that we can double stack the wave, and then back. Because even if we 4th shot that, we get that one, we can't back here. Waves are already here and colliding. Oh no.
I'm out of
Oh no.
pickaxe right now, so I'm trying to use the for item. And that's bad on my part, but Luckily, they don't hard push, so I don't get punished for it, but they could have definitely punished me for it.
An eternal ring.
Y'all are
That was
winning.
something Arcana
Good
would
job.
avoid me too, like the laning.
Oh no. Yeah, we,
Cause,
we, we basically threw our lead. You didn't need items. And the reason I say that is because you were already right. We were already winning via just pressure that we were already putting out. Items help that, but we just backed. We backed at a really bad time. Now, be it they don't punish you at all, you do basically miss a wave though. So now we're behind in experience. So unlucky. I think you're letting the pressure from game one get to you, where you feel like you have to carry your team instead of just playing what you know, right, by the book. Like you know when to back and when not to back, but you're letting pressure from game one get to you. Remember that in between game one and game two, you're allowed to take 15 minutes to basically reset, right? Reset your mental and go back in, right? Because that's why we had a bad draft this game and why we're just forcing ourselves into bad plays.
fair. It's definitely. I am always definitely.
Because you feel like you have to win through bottom lane.
Yeah.
Like you don't feel like you got beat by Sivir. You feel like you got beat by everybody else on the team. Um, which is fine, but we coin flipped. Like we beat ourselves early in the game. One. That's bad. We fucked up there. Unlucky we didn't get that one either.
Yeah, they were in our jungle, and I was like on the verge of going to it, but Victor called us off it.
Yeah, I mean it's just Gromp, right?
Yeah.
He reset late back. This is just Leon basically responding to the fact that he died here and he knew that Vixper was in his jungle, taking his jungle. This is the second time where he's got beaten at first scuttle. So right, so if we look at this. This looks like this happened in the first game too, right? So he fights. This time Corky's in a better position, right, than the enemy team. So we're actually able to collapse on this. Yeah. Boom. Pharaoh again flashing, going overly aggressive. Sure, we picked it up, which is fine. Now he's gonna go get Scuttle. Nope. Ballsy.
Third time's a charm.
Yeah, but at this point, like that entire kill just doesn't matter. He should take this and back off. Instead, I think he. Why? What do we? Okay. But he. Nope. Okay. This is bad on. This is really bad on Vixper's part. Krugs are never worth it. This isn't worth it. We know Leon at this point is respawned, and we have to assume he's gonna try and go for this other scuttle, right? So we literally back, and we put ourselves on the same side of the map as Udyr. And the reason we do that is so that we can actually be here for this collapse. He goes for Krugs here, and it's just the stupidest move. Krugs is a waste of time. It's just not worth the effort and the time that it's gonna take to kill this. It puts us on the wrong side of the map. We got Dragon coming up that we could maybe be looking to play on. Your bottom side's pushed in here, so he wants to be down here. Pharaoh doesn't. He already flashed. He's already right. Like we've already basically Jesus. It's from the first, right? Okay. We've already like Pharaoh's fine, right? He doesn't need to be here. This is just a greedy move, and it's just the wrong move. This happened in game 1 too, I think. Also, where he takes the red, and then he ends up taking the red, and it takes him a long while to reset, and Udyr just runs to the opposite crab, and then clears it, and goes back into his jungle. So he takes the crab. Yeah, now we're finally resetting. Again, so we basically gave up crab. For Krugs, we gave up crab and our Gromp. Good job on Ether spotting that out. Good job on Marbra again, warding for the jungle here. Playing around the vision. We know they have vision of us. We're punished to the bot for resetting. Fine. Unlucky. Unlucky that our minions there won it, but we'd cleared our wave and slow pushing. Not too bad off. 33-35. We're still winning. Only thing we're lacking is experience. At this point, you could shove and back. Right, we get back here, yeah. Assuming they don't try and keep us around.
Kill and use its form.
Oh no, Pharaoh! Alright, we're out? Surely we're out. We're not respecting. Pharaoh's not respecting the Udyr. Oh no. Unlucky. We're just not respecting. We're Good job. Alright. Back to bottom lane. Try regular scheduled broadcast. So we're breaking in. We're still doing fine. This should be communicated that Udyr is bottom, and so this is slow pushing against y'all. So you guys should just be backing up. Right, Udyr can't gank y'all under tower, right? Like, yeah, the hawk shot's gonna spot. Yeah, I can.
I did my best to call out where the hawk shots were going.
It doesn't matter. You don't have to call out hawk shots. It really doesn't matter. It's you calling him out isn't gonna stop it from seeing. This is bad. This is completely bad. That flash never needed to happen. This is so forced. I cannot express how bad this is. They're already backing up here, right?
Right.
They're already backing up here. We just don't call for the gank. It's different if they're up here, if they're actively up here trying to fight you, then we call for the gank, right? But they're already back. Like look how far they're back here. Like, walks up, he's just gonna volley, right? Yeah, still not in a good spot. Could be argued that if he lands that Q, sure, but you're too far away. I don't like how forced that was. Yeah, we just need to wait for Vixper to get there sooner. Because now he's down a flash. Ghost, ignite, fine. It also, like, if Aether's level 6 here, I would say force that all day, right? Because we can ult and they're just continuously slowed and knocked up, but I don't know. Yeah, it's just way too forced. Yeah. We need to be pinging Udyr here. He's looking to fight the Hecarim. Oh. Takes that.
What's one more grave?
Why are you so low?
This
Ash ult.
Poked out and
Nope.
goes tanking the wave for a while.
Freezing it outside tower. That's... damage. We're taking a lot of damage here. We need to start clearing this wave. I know you want to freeze, but in this position, you should be worried about a dive. You have heck room here, but you should just be looking to clear a little bit faster. It's good that you're thinking about freeze, but freeze isn't always the answer. We also have to know how to. Yeah, we're just getting poked really bad. We also have to know how to like when to clear the minion wave. Run them for backing up.
We are alone now. The stars and I.
Barely dies again, unfortunately. Because you're low, you're going to want to reset, right?
Yes. I think I'm trying to also... I'm like really close to an item at this point, I think.
What is he doing?
Not sure.
He's delaying his level 6 so bad. Why? What is he doing up here? For like the last like 30 seconds, he's just been running away, letting you get experience. Like, he's here for this. Like, I get the Udyr, right? Maybe there's potential Udyr. I just don't understand. Like, yeah, he goes up, he wards here, and then he comes around. Okay, so he's warding river. We're just, yeah, you're low and Ash Arrow. Like, it's, he could have literally walked up here and warded that from here, like from lane. I don't. Oh well. Doesn't matter. I mean, it's just both games he gets beat to level 6 each time from weird positioning and weird. Yeah. Not the greatest. Like in the lane that y'all are trying to play aggressive, there should be no reason why he's not level 6 here. In this scenario, because of that, like you missed out on a shit ton of farm for basically 2 waves because you couldn't walk up, right?
Right.
Like, and you were low and you had to back for pressure. It's just bad. It's just unfortunate. Makes no sense to me. We're carrying about dragon, which is fine. But again, level 5. He could be here getting this. Like, and then rotating up with you. Like,
Slain the dragon.
I think it's how much is that.
now he's level 6. He's just unfortunately dead. Good charm. 2 collapse by them. GG ping missing.
We saw them on a ward. No, calm Sash is on the right.
Yeah, then we just back up here. Like, we just need to back up. Back up. He needs to ult here to back up. If he stops, do we get charm? No. No, because she still has that charm there. There's no way to be back up. He just got stunned by the bear. Unfortunate. He should have just ulted. Oh well. You don't have to reset here. You have vision. You could be going plate for plate just to get a little bit more gold. Just FYI, since they're still all here, and there's nothing you can do mid lane to stop this, you could be shoving to get this plate.
Fair. I think my thought process was if I break the tower, Ash can freeze Vector, and that can't really do anything about it. If I keep the tower.
I mean, she's just still mid, right?
Yeah.
This tower wasn't saved because he backed it. It's probably only saved for about 2 more seconds. Like it's, yeah. We just could have gotten ourselves some solo gold.
Fair.
And kind of sealed up that gap that's kind of forming here. But he can't block an Ash arrow if he's never with you. Just
No.
FYI, like if that's the reasoning, then he doesn't need to be here. He needs to be here, right? Like here we can block stuff. Over here where there's no one, we can't block things. Like I'm not trying to call Ether out, but good. He just fights this, right? Like surely. Yep. Yep. Flat. This is bad on. You went to face check an Udyr / Ashe. In a scenario where they have to so here, right here, you see this going on. You're probably hyper focused here, which is fine. But we just never chase into this bush, right? We just let Vixper go in first because we're diving into no vision. Where is it? Where's red? There we go. So we even see Marbro. This is just really bad because he's always gonna pop out of this bush and hit us. Instead, if we're here, if we're back because they have to, right? The only escape options they have is going up, which we can then ult, right? We can ult as Jhin and nail them with all 4 ults because we're good like that. We never miss a Jhin ult, and then or they have to come back down towards us, right? Trin, are you awake?
Oh fuck, I was muted. Yes, I'm awake.
Okay.
Sorry, I was saying no shot I missed Jhin.
Yeah, no shot. No shot you ever missed the channel.
No
but my point being is you don't have to rush in here, right? You let Vixper, Ether, and Excellence do the rushing for you, right? We just stand back.
Honestly, when you said like, are you probably hyper focus on the Ashe? I was, and I didn't know that we had jumped to Udyr, and I didn't know that Udyr was gonna push.
Yeah, I mean it's just.
That's totally so I saw the Ari and I was like, oh, we just keep going, easy every time.
No.
Yumi. I was about to get hit in the face.
Yeah. So good. So we just speed up. Yeah, so now we lose tower. That's a bad teleport. Yikes. How did that teleport barely got off? 1, 2. How? I didn't even see it.
Yeah, I said the same thing. I was like, holy shit, you just TP'd me to a tower that had 5 HP.
Yeah, we just don't do that. Like a minion would have been better. We're so lucky that goes off. We're so lucky that goes off there. Holy fuck. Alright, I mean, good on Excellence. Good on, well played. Calculated. We'll go with that. Yeah, we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Calculated. He knew what he was doing. Jesus Christ. We almost wasted teleport there. Alright, this is where you check in with your top laner, by the way, right? We're about to hit the 15-minute mark. This is my favorite time to check in with top laner.
Like, hey,
Alright, so we're not losing, we're not winning, and we're not losing. In the sense of we've died twice, and Ornn's gotten one of those kills, which is fine. It's whatever. But we're winning in CS, which is great, and we just shove, right? We're winning in tower damage. Yeah, yeah. So we're not winning. We're not losing here. We're just top lane.
Just
Yeah. So this is fine. Like,
that is a
I mean,
right there.
I mean, am I wrong? Like,
we're not losing. We're just top lane.
right? Like he right? Like we just literally try to take tower here. To match, I think he does. Yeah, he does. Okay. So, again, like, if
Yeah,
if you're down here,
6, their bot lane's both 8, I'm 8. Something our
Yeah.
really touched on is like how often he's out of lane and how often
yeah, like
his experience because of it.
I'm gonna say something that I'm guaranteeing I'm gonna regret later. I haven't seen someone make this many bad roams since I watched Nafi.
Holy shit. No
Like,
shot.
and it, like, and that, like, I'm not flaming anybody, but like that's like I literally tell people I'm like just let Nafi roam, and they're like what? I'm like yeah, like when I went against that team. Nafi roaming was my favorite thing because I could just back up mid lane. I know how to play safe mid lane, right? So let him roam, let him come mid lane. I just walk back to my tower. I waste his time. My bot lane gets ahead because now it's a 1v2 situation, right?
Right.
Like, and that's basically what's happening to you. He's roaming, and like, there's no reason for him to be here. There's literally no reason for him to be here, right? So, like. I'm just so confused. He's running here. He has to be running here for something. There's Baron's not up. Herald's not even spawning yet. So I'm just really confused on what he's running up here for. You get what I'm saying? Like there's nothing top side of the map that would require his attention. He should be literally roaming down bottom to help you. This again, we're just putting ourselves further behind, and it's costing you coming online and your team something. Like, all right, we're we just literally did nothing. Unfortunate. At this point, we just don't leave tower. By the way, the sole reason is if we get hit by an Ashe arrow, then we get hit by Yuumi ult, we're just stuck there. And we never win that fight because we can't kill Ashe in 4 shots.
You're right.
Maybe we can, but we can't. I mean, Yumi's just gonna kill, so.
Right. I did end up building execution just because like I felt like I needed to help deal with some healing that was
Okay,
going on.
now he's coming down. Yeah, they just collapsed on him, which is fine. They didn't see him take that. Okay. Okay. He literally accomplished nothing for 2 minutes of the game. I'm not trying to flame him. I really, really hate flaming people. I'm kidding. I love flaming people, but he so let's review, right? We've spent 2 minutes. And what all have we accomplished? Well, we've got a ward here. That's it. That's all he's accomplished. He like I think he just no, I don't even think he has his item yet.
Yeah.
Does he have his warding item? I don't even know if he does.
602 gold into it right now.
Yeah, he does. He has his warding item. Yeah, no, he has his warding item. It's 500 gold for initial transformation.
Yeah. Sorry.
So he got it sometime on that magical journey. He got it, right? He got 100 gold and he got 1 ward, so he threw it here. You can tell because it's not 90 seconds, the 150. But anyways, right? And then now he's coming back to lane. Our vision that he got here for Dragon, which was way early, by the way, it got picked out by Ashe pretty early on.
True.
So we just literally accomplished nothing for 2 minutes, and now he's just ignoring lane again. All this experience, all this gold, he's been sitting on three charges. I just don't understand. Like, it's just again we're just not accomplishing anything. All right, well okay, well he's getting scuttle. That's good. Yeah. Oh my god, be so happy that this is not me on Ashe. Holy crap!
The second my toes are outside of tower range.
Yeah, you'd be Ashe out here. You would. Me and Yumi would be walking up and fucking you up every time. You'd be at 100 HP, and I'd be like, cool, you can't come to Dragon. See you later, alligator. Like,
Yeah.
oh man, it's kind of making me mad that they're not punishing you harder. Either's here for this fight, which is, I guess, great. That bad arrow. Leon had to ult. Oh no. We chase an Udyr. Yep. Unlucky. We just overchased there. 6. Oh man. Ashe is level 9 now. To level 6. Holy god.
But a fragment of infinity.
We just ult dragon. We clean this wave up and then we just ult dragon and pray that we get it. Nope. Alright, we're going back. That's a safer play. Yeah, you see he's looking to dive you.
Has been destroyed.
Why? Why are we calling to help here? It doesn't matter. Corki's mid. Your bottom lane had to go back. All right, let's check in with what Ether's been up to since they started Dragon. All right, so this is the correct play. They shove. He should be hitting tower.
Remember.
Let his minions push the way forward. He doesn't need to be hitting. Yeah, he just needs to be. Why is Ether here though? Like Ether doesn't need to be here. Ether should be resetting and looking to group up with you. And you should be mid at this point, by the way. Like Corki basically have bottom lane. This is just, yeah, he just runs top lane. He's not even considering diving here. That is an Ashe. He just comes top lane. What is it?
Stand behind, bro.
Blue team's turret has
You know what? Ether's right. He wouldn't have gotten that top tower without his help. Level 7, level 9. We're still 2 levels behind. We're just supporting.
I must die.
Unfortunate. We got Herald. It's just unlucky that y'all collapsed bottom at the same time. There's just no pressure. We're not playing around the right pressure. I don't understand this play at all. It's fine, like
Behold.
it's fine, but like there's just too much pressure bottom lane, and y'all got nothing for it again. Like look at the vision bottom lane. Like I can't express. Like look at this.
Yeah.
This is why y'all are losing. Like just
They know everything that's happening. Because, like, they can see it from miles away.
like your team, their team, right? Like he picks that up, he leaves. Walking up. Oh shit, Corki's here. Alright, well that's fine, we can probably handle that. Nope, we need to get out. Cool. Slow.
I was so tilted about that all. I jerked my
Surely.
mouse down so
No. I'm more concerned about what I just saw from Hecarim here. Yada. Okay. Surely. Alright, we're going. 4K? We could have knocked Ashe back into us. Unfortunate. Alright, whatever. We'll attribute that to Vixper lag. Computer diff, and Jesus Christ, that ult.
Yeah, I jumped off my
Everything that could have gone wrong there went wrong for us. Yeah. I just want to point that out. I can't fix that for you guys, alright? Like, Vixper knows better than to hit a minion there. Yeah. Like, if Corki had package, that gank goes different. If he had ult, that game goes different. Honestly, you don't have to ult there. You could literally look to ult right here. You could be ulting, slowing them down here. Right, like, yeah, that's just bad. Like we could have ulted way sooner and used the slow from it, and then used fourth shot from our ult to try and get the kill. Just unlucky. And that just goes completely wrong for us, top lane. Does he either not like you?
We do fine, as far as I know.
Okay, I'm just trying to... It's just puzzling my mind. Like, what... Did he talk about his... Like, he was like, yeah, I'm never gonna be bottom lane. Unlucky we got slowed there. Like, it just blows my mind that we just... Yeah, I don't know. It blows my mind that we're just not bottom lane as much as we should be. Like... Yeah. Like, you clearly can almost win. Like, look how low you got right when they collapse on you.
Yeah.
Like, right? Like, albeit he's only at 4th HP, but I mean, that was a late arrow from his part. Sure, like, I don't know. I don't. Again, why? Vixper is trying to look for a kill here, and yeah, no. We're not doing anything against this vision. Jesus. Excellence has no tower still. Pharaoh should be calling bottom at this point. There's nothing for him top lane. What tower is he gonna take?
He does do that. Did they still have tier 1 bot?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. He does do that. It's gonna happen because he does get tier 1.
I mean, he should have already called it when he died. What?
He tried to ping the Herald and he instead activated it. I was trying to see
Right,
how much time it had left on it, and I pinged it, and I was like, oh, I can't see the timer if I ping it. And he went to go ping it, and then he activated it, and I was like, wait a minute.
I mean, it still has like a minute 30 seconds because we just picked it up, but we're in no rush. Like, oh god, everything that could go wrong is going wrong. Like, I can't fix that. This is just misclicks left and right. I can't fix that.
Hey, everything's coming up in the house, alright?
You need to be mid again. We need to be calling mid out for ourselves. Corki or York here. What's up?
Can you pause for a quick sec? So why do I want to call mid specifically?
So Ether stays with you.
No, shut.
Yeah, he shouldn't be here. This is like at this point he fucked up. We just eat. We assume that this is a giant beacon, right? This thing right here is a giant beacon, and it goes, "Come gank my lane." Like, I can already see it now. We're gonna die. Yep, there it is. Now, and no, we want to be mid because we have no vision bottom lane because Ether's never been here, so we just need to play around our vision, right?
Okay.
And you could put more pressure on the Ahri than a Corki alone can. So, especially with package, Corki can be looking to roam here, right? Like, Corki can grab package, come mid, and help you guys. And the idea is that you're gonna take the Ashe and the Yuumi with you to mid lane. But you also need to basically be warding here, warding the entrances to your jungle so Udyr doesn't come up behind you. It's not necessarily a bad thing that you're staying bottom, but it's not necessarily a good thing that Corki's staying mid either, because he's not shoving. and punishing Ari, right? Like, as soon as he sees Ari here, he teleports. That's... Surely we don't. Okay, no, we do. Okay. Right, let's go over that fight. Okay, so we took some tower hits. That's fine. We just back up.
This is the road to paradise.
All right, we should be leaving. We should be leaving. Ether should be jumping on us. Ether should be jumping on us. There we go. Unfortunately he doesn't use his shield. Did he already use it? Nope. We're just still sitting on shield. You know that makes him think here, right? Okay, yeah. Ash arrow. Okay. Interesting way to play that fight. Y'all are low. Of course you're not gonna let him back. Vixper, fuck you. Holy shit, does Vixper fuck you. So Ornn's gonna teleport here, obviously. They're calling for a dive here. Ornn's gonna teleport, which is the correct move because they just literally won top lane. Ornn teleports. Vixper, instead of running down, he reaches tower and he's like, cool, see y'all later, guys. Like, I haven't, like, what? Udyr's like, okay, yeah, you want to be standing outside tower range? We'll fight. And then Vixper just dips. Y'all have 200 HP. And he dips on you.
Never did anyway, nothing could done. Okay.
Okay, surely we just... Oh god. Yeah, I mean, y'all are dead at this point. Like, there's just nothing's gonna happen here. Yeah. Oh no. There's the projectile. Yeah, unfortunately, we missed the Q on the Udyr. Vixper comes back in. What do you do here? Pharaoh's here. We're fighting outside a turret in a 4v2 situation. No one's getting even near the Ashe. Unlucky we now have to ult away or flash away. Surely we're not. Surely we just learned from our previous mistake, right?
Watch them squirm.
Okay, no, he's gonna stay. He can't. We just give tower. He can't kill them. He can't walk up and kill them, and they can't walk up and kill him. We just give tower because as soon as this falls, we die. Doesn't matter. Yeah. Okay. He stops the Ari push. That's fine. We should be pinging dragon. They all backed and healed. Pharaoh's still healing.
The Isles remember.
Now Pharaoh can't help for dragon. And Pharaoh's dead. Anyways, doesn't matter. We overstayed to get tower. And a tower that ultimately doesn't matter. We should have been setting up for dragon. Like, it's fine that he wants to side push, but that cost him his life. Now you're down a player, and Ether, who went to save his life, is gonna die too. Now we can't contest dragon here. Alright, Vixper has to ult away. I guess he still got charmed. Vixper's dead. Corky gets shot out and he dies. 22 minutes in. We've defeated ourselves by making a series of unfortunate events. Misclicking left and right. Yeah, the mid-yd, the ult, ether roaming. We're just not playing the map. Yeah. Yep. The Herald that he felt like he had to walk up, then he gets ganked by Ari and Ornn. Like, it just... Hold on, we'll go back. I mean, Corky should have just said, nope, I'm out. But,
Well, his TP was coming off cooldown. It was a bit of a miscommunication, I think, at this part, because his TP is still coming off cooldown, but I think
we see Ari
takes the fight a little early, which we can't help with.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. There's no world that we should be ganking in Ornn. There's way more better targets. Way better targets. He should just basically go, I fucked up and summoned Herald, and he should be leaving. There's no reason for him to be here. And like I said, it's a giant beacon, right? It's a giant beacon, and we see Ari, right? Like, she walks past one of our wards here. Like, right as it's dying, albeit, but she walks one, we see her rotating, we call it out. Right? Like, we have no reason to be looking where, like, right? We boom. Look at this. Look how long she's in that ward. There's no reason. I'm assuming we're pinging this or something. Yeah, Ashe ult. Okay, so Ashe is... Yeah, they're gonna ult you under tower, is what the ping is for, by the way. But... he just shouldn't fight. Pharaoh's not looking at tower. Or not looking at map. There's no reason for Pharaoh to be here. Look at y'all's vision, right? Like, where have they been? We don't know. They backed after successfully killing them at here. We haven't seen them since. They could be anywhere on the map, so it doesn't matter, right? Like, it just doesn't matter. Like, why is this so choppy now all of a sudden? Holy cow. Yeah, it just doesn't matter. This is just really bad on Pharaoh's part. He needs to respect the map. I have no idea why this is going choppy. If I back it up 15 seconds. Nope, it's just going choppy. Okay. Whatever. I have no idea why it's doing that. That's really annoying. Is there something going on? So,
The
like,
game saw my disgraceful last gen ult. It's just like, dog, I'm gonna help you out.
Either way, like, he shouldn't be here. This is bad. Like, we've lost the game to ourselves. He's not paying attention to the map. We have no vision. The vision we do have, we're not using. Like, what good did all those realms do if Pharaoh's playing blind and not respecting everything else? This is annoying. I'm relaunching it. I just can't fucking. That was weird. It started going like every 0.5 seconds. It was just going stutter stopping.
Fair.
Yeah. Now it's fixed. Cool. So we already saw this. We overstayed. We died. For a tower. Ultimately, it doesn't matter because we like. What good's the tower if we give up 5 deaths here? That they do the right thing. You see how he left to start this up sooner for his team? We're finally mid lane because our tower's gone. Remember, just because towers are up doesn't mean we have to be there. And we still have no vision. This vision does nothing for us. by the way. This is dark. This is scary. Because Udyr, right? Like, obviously not because they've gotten Baron at this point, but Udyr could easily be coming around this corner, come up and kill you. So we need to be looking to blue trinket either this entrance. That's fine. That kind of keeps York safe. But we just don't have vision. They're doing a good job of basically clearing our vision compared to their vision, like map wide. We're not that far behind. We're only 5k behind. It's just, yeah.
They rise, they fight.
I mean, in bot lane, we're not that far behind. Other lane, yeah. Again, we're just not respecting vision again. Like he has this up, but like that's too far. That's too late of a warning, right? Like, if Udyr's here, there's no way we outrun Udyr and get like right and get back to our tower all the way down here. Like, and again, we have no vision. Yeah.
Some of these faces I know.
He's still pushed up. Like, wait, he just, yeah. He's dead. Now they're gonna clap. Unlucky. That's why it was probably 6 seconds. Clear lane. Someone needs to be bottom. Wasting gold at this point. You and Corky were fighting over mid lane when the bottom was to be had. Vision. We get Ether again. Now we're really paying for our mistakes. Now Ether is really paying for the mistakes of roaming and just wasting so much time. Level 9 to level 12. 14, 13, 14. It's just biting him in the ass at this point, where he's just such a low level that he's just getting clap stunned. And he's so far behind in gold that we're just like what, 2 items complete on support to 1 item, 2 items, 1.5. Yeah, she should be 3 items up. Yeah, unlucky. Yeah, I mean, and then he built to counter the York, so York should never go, okay, we're gonna gank Ornn. Like, we just lost our entire jungle. Unlucky that he lives there. That's very unlucky. That's, yeah. Good try on their part. It's an Udyr. He lives. When you probably got 150 gold shutdown. 60. Yeah. I mean, they're just gonna pull the trigger at Dragon. We did a good job early game, and then we just made really bad decisions from that point on. We lost to ourselves more than the enemy team. But don't tell Destiny that; they'll get upset. It's just, yeah. Good on Destiny for punishing the roams and that. Solid play from Leon, both these games, and Marbro. Shadow Point never can do this. Not a single spell to hit Marbro. There we go.
dies there, Ash dies there. Be dying in a fight here. Okay, yeah, they fought back around. Why? Like, I guess he thought he can get the kill, he did. We just never make it out of that alive. Trading, I mean, trading 1-for-1's not bad necessarily since you're so far behind at this point, but it doesn't put you in a better position. Grabs the back. Side, flash on. Now we just can't stop moving. Oh, Pharaoh died again.
Slow.
Out. Killing them. I got Leon, which is good, but yeah. It just doesn't matter at this point. Because we're just, yeah. So I'm just gonna do so much more.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
Kind of game at this point. They got inhib, and then they just wait for Uge to respawn. We go Baron, or we force a fight at Baron, and then we win. Yeah. Y'all can't win a straight up fight at this point. Corki has to use package. This is good for them because they can just wait out Corki package now. Yeah, he has to use package. And 3, 2, 1. And it's gonna drop where he uses it. There you go. Which is arguably one of y'all's strongest thing. Oh good, he... Nope. I mean, you're catching the wave back here. We literally send Hecarim to hope to steal, and that's our best shot. But now that we all died, no one can defend base. Unlucky. And that's game. Yeah, we cost it at about this point in the game. We're doing fine. We're actually up in gold. We're playing our game. It's fine, and then Ether leaves you and never comes back. Like, yeah. He dies. Fortunately, Excellence is gonna die too. That was a really good charm. That's just really unlucky for Excellence. That's a very good charm. Yeah, and then we just shove. And then we take plates. So Ornn can still kill, or York can still kill Ornn, but as soon as he finishes Bomby Cinder, whatever he's building out of Bomby Cinder, we never can kill Ornn again, especially when he gets Thornmail. But so that play right there in mid lane, where they turn that gank, turn the gold. That's where basically Marbra starts spiraling, quote unquote. Good job. Alright, back up. He's here. But then he put on Hecarim. This fight is really good. We already covered it. Strong fortune, yeah. Unfortunate that you walked up. I feel like if you had just positioned a little bit to the right or something like that, you're able to outplay that, and we just win. Oh. So moving forward.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
Good job.
Shut down.
holy mark upon you.
Still trying to kill Ornn. Under tower, he's trying to kill Ornn. We just shot that far ahead. We should be concentrating on taking tower. And
Team's
then
turret
again,
has been
like,
destroyed.
begins the saga of unfortunate. We just lost our to us trying to play macro, and we're just not playing the correct macro.
Fair. Well, I appreciate you going over it with me. I'll post this so that way they can also like review it. I know that like none of them are on during these hours, so I figured like it'd be good. I told them that I'll have it up too.
Yeah, I didn't mean to lay into Ether there. There's a lot that Pharaoh could improve too. He's trying to dive an Ornn. So when he realized it was an Ornn, he should be like, okay, I'm just gonna concentrate on tower, right? And so basically what he does is he just shoves his lane, concentrates on the tower, and then he should look. Basically, he knows that Ornn, right? Ornn, anytime Ornn leaves lane, he should just be shoving that lane.
Hmm.
He shouldn't be worried about getting kills against the Ornn, but he's still playing for kills. Um, Excellence did fine. I really like the Corki pick over the Seraphine pick. I think game one, if y'all pick the Corki over the Seraphine, I think that game goes completely different. I'd like to see more AP picks from like carry AP. Um,
Hmm.
but yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. Tough games. Think your team would benefit from a little bit more practice together too.
True. We're trying to get more time where we can play the full five. We have a lot of times where we play like with 1 to 3 of us, but like we don't really play like as a full five as much as we probably should, obviously. And
All right,
I think you're
having
right
a full
about
five.
us in our calls, because like there'll be times where someone will make a call and then like I don't know, just nobody listens to it, or like somebody makes a call and somebody else makes a different call, and then person A listens to call 1 and person B listens to call 2, and everybody else just up in the air like, what are we doing? Like, neither of those two things are the same thing. What are we doing?
Yeah, no, there should definitely be some communication there. I don't know how Ether Twister is as a person. I haven't played with them a ton. But I don't know. It's yeah, those roams cost y'all a lot both games.
Mm,
Bottom lane was like the only lane kind of really. First game, mid was also kind of doing fine, and top was winning, but bottom lane was doing just fine until he started roaming, and you got dove.
mm.
Like, and it just makes no sense to me. But
Yeah, I mean it's
yeah,
also like partially on me, cause like I have wards for it, and you know I felt safe under tower, but like we didn't know where the jungler was. Like, should
well, I
also
mean, a tower doesn't necessarily mean safety every single time, as you well learned.
yeah,
Um,
I treat it like it
but
is, but it's not obviously.
yeah, it doesn't necessarily. They played that really really well. That tower dive.
Mm,
But like if he's there, they can't just tower dive that, right? Like without trading someone or something.
right, I follow that.
Yeah, it just sucks. Yeah,
It's
it's unfortunate.
unlucky.
Yeah, Vixper really needs to step up his game. He yeah, he made some bad decisions jungle wise, path wise, but
I'm not familiar. I don't know
his
Rest like
his
that.
early game. I mean, so y'all were winning early, right? Both games, y'all were doing fine early game. And it was just a macro where y'all just lost so bad. The rotations, the macro, just a lot of wasted time spent and reactionary. Like I would say after the 10-minute mark, both games, it felt like your team was just reacting to fires on the map.
Fair.
Like y'all aren't firefighters. Yeah,
I'm not
like your team.
firefighter Tristana.
That's it. That's who you need to play. That's who you need to practice. Clearly.
I'll have to tell Arcana I'm switching my 4 champions.
Jesus. Yeah. Whatever you do, just don't play Jin again.
Wait, what?
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Don't play Lucian, get Chroma's profit.
Yeah. That's it. Oh shit. I have so many fucking messages.